Welcome back to 843 TV, where we've got a special edition sharing about all the spring sports with our local athletic directors. And joining us now is Brett Macy at May River, also Keith Stewart, who is the head baseball coach. Thanks for coming down this morning, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Brett, you are in your third year as athletic director at May River, starting that program from ground zero and up. I know you've experienced a lot along the way. Let's talk about how that winter season wrapped up and where we are to date.
Well, winter season is wrapping up this weekend. Our individual wrestlers, we have 7 advanced to the state championship. The wrestling team made it to the lower state championship, so they've had a lot of success. The girls basketball team won the region for the first time ever, made it to the Elite 8, got beat by Dillon this past week. The boys had their highest finish in region, second, and then they made it to the Sweet 16 in the state tournament. So winter sports were a huge success, followed up with a good fall season and moving into spring, busy time.
Of course, and as we move into that spring, share with us how the sports are lining up, maybe about your coaching staff.
Certainly, obviously we have a full spring sports lineup. We have baseball, softball, boys and girls soccer, boys and girls lacrosse, track and field, and then boys tennis and boys golf. So it's a busy season. A lot of sports kind of sit atop the polls. Baseball, Coach Stewart will talk about it here in a minute, but I think they start 6th or 7th in the state. Boys soccer is top 2 or 3 in the state. So we have some elite teams and then a lot of very, very good teams. So it should be a good, successful spring season as well.
It's remarkable that you've had so much success as a third-year school. So Coach Stewart, Stu as they call you,
Yep.
Let's talk about your role, because this is also your third year heading up the baseball team. Share with us about where we are with the spring season for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a very exciting time. Everybody's been working really hard. Last year we were able to get some success going. Year one, softball was able to win the region championship. Last year, soccer and baseball kind of got on board with that as well. So coming into this season, there's a lot of big expectations for us that we've kind of set for ourselves. And the guys so far are welcoming that challenge and looking forward to following up a strong year from last year to the 2019 season.
Again, we keep saying third year for the programs all around. Share with us how you feel that they've evolved from year one.
I think we've kept the staff pretty much intact from head coaching positions, even a lot of assistants, which helps. Consistency over the course of the first 3 years is important for our athletes. But I believe our coaches are more comfortable. They're settling in to kind of their 3 to 5 year plan. Year one was kind of just fly by the seat of our pants. Really doesn't matter how much experience some of our head coaches had or didn't have. Everything was new. So between the lights working or not working, or a scoreboard malfunctioning, and how to handle that, we've all kind of settled in. I think if you look at our athletes, they're bigger, stronger, faster by being 3 years in a weight room. And so you can really feel our coaches, getting into that groove and really building that program to where they want. A good example is girls lacrosse had their first regular season match Monday. Played Academic Magnet, who is a very strong girls program, and they won 8-5.
Wonderful.
That's a team that in year one had one girl that's ever played lacrosse ever. And they've evolved into looking like a really good team. They move the ball well, and I think you'll see that across the board as sports kind of get settled in year 3, and you kind of saw that with football and then into the winter sports. The evolution has been pretty cool to watch.
And I think the community in general has been kind of intrigued by watching this process from year one to seeing all the success. What are some things that you take away from all that?
I agree with what you said as well, and I think there's a lot of continuity with the coaching staffs. We're all pretty much preaching the same, things, and they're in year 3. The players have really bought into it. They're hearing it from one sport to the next. They're seeing it being successful in one area, and then it's kind of carried over, and it's been exciting to see. And it takes those players buying into it and being here for a while, and being comfortable with us and trusting us, and now it's kind of unfolding into success onto the fields.
And continuity sometimes is a challenge when you say as an athletic director to keep coaching staffs and so forth, and so you all have been able to, as you said, do that so far. You're in classification 3A, been in that, and as you look forward to another year in 3A, so that in 2021 you would be in 4A, how are you feeling about how that transition is going to take place?
Yeah, next year we'll still be in 3A, and then the classifications kind of turn over and we'll be 4A. I feel like we're pretty comfortable with that. 4A obviously will jump right into the region with Bluffton, Hilton Head, Beaufort. We play all those teams in about every single sport anyway, but certainly overall 4A is going to be a little more difficult just when you get out of Beaufort County, schools are bigger. But it was important for us to be in 3A these next 2 years to continue that continuity and to get those programs to where they needed to be. And sometimes 4A and 5A can kind of swallow up a new school. So it was important to us to stay in that 3A classification. But we've talked about it as a staff. In our staff meeting last year, we kind of talked about moving into 4A, where we need to be as far as participation, competitiveness. And so we're kind of heading in that direction, and our coaches understand it's coming up, and it's a change we'll be ready for.
Are there any ways that the community can support the May River Athletics with your booster club, or what are some things that the community at large can do, whether they have children there or not?
Yeah, I mean, the community can come to events. Obviously, the booster club's a big deal. It's not expensive to join. It's anywhere around $20. You get 2 free tickets to any event anyway. But yes, just getting involved, be a part of the booster club, donating to the booster club. Our coaches do a great job fundraising, so being responsive to those fundraisers, those coaches get back and they put into their own team account, so they have access to that money, which is, it's a big deal. Anytime you can help financially, whether you come to games, supporting the booster club goes a great deal in high school athletics, not just at May River, but across the board.
Sure. So we ask you all to come out and support the athletics, not just at May River, but all around. Come out and catch Coach Stu at one of his baseball games. And so will you stay right here, because we're going to be back with more on 843 TV.